Honey, you're on the Michael Berry Show, dear.
Yes, sir. I was calling because I just think that the language that you use is very divisive.
Good. That's the purpose.
Well, it shouldn't be because, our country is really where we compromise and meet in the middle.
Really? Does the president lead by dividing or uniting?
I see him as uniting, but...
Okay, how about this?
The Republicans are up there looking at us, sipping on their Slurpees, sipping on a Slurpee, fanning themselves, sipping on a Slurpee, saying you're not pushing hard enough. They drove our economy into a ditch. The other side, they just kind of sometimes do what they're told.
You can't possibly think that this man and his evil, mean-spirited, angry wife are uniting the country. You can't possibly believe that.
That was when he was running. And when you're running for office...
No, actually, that was as president of the United States. Actually, all of that was as president.
All of that?
Yeah, all of that, yeah. How about this little number right here?
So I know whose ass to kick.
How about that?
Well,
Is that the kind of uniting language we need? How about when he said that the people that won't vote for him in West Virginia or Mississippi bitterly cling to guns and God? Was that a uniting statement?
I just don't think you're using uniting clips, of course, because you're trying to, I hate to say pandering to one side. But
no, I'm not pandering to anything, Giovanni. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm stating my opinion. And let me tell you what you're doing. You're using the same tired old strategy that the left used to use because most reasonable people in the middle in America, the silent majority, they want to be good people. They want to get along. Those of you who sit out there and suck your thumb and cry all the time, they want to make you happy. And so over the years, they've compromised. Let's just all get along. You know when liberals like you want to get along? When you're getting your ass kicked at the polls. That's when you want to get along. You didn't want to get along when you had control of the House, the Senate, and the White House, and you crammed Obamacare down our throat. You had town hall meetings where we were going to talk about Obamacare. How'd that work out? You had to shut down the meetings because the people who showed up were moderate Democrats who were old, who were scared to death of the death panels, it turned out, in that bill. Unite us? You can't unite this country. We are beyond uniting. What we need to do is call out the ass clowns for what they are and deal with them. What we need to do is call the divisive elements in this country exactly what they are. That's what we need to do. And the only way we're ever going to get there is to call a spade a spade. There are a lot of people in this country who are living off of their race or their sex or their sexuality or their greenie-weenie movement or whatever else. And the idea that we're going to pander to them because we feel sorry for them or we all just want to get along, that's not going to work. It's just like dealing with some countries. Strength is the only thing you people understand. I am beyond trying to unite people, 98% of whom are going to vote for Barack Obama. I am beyond trying to unite people who came to this country 6 years ago, and because their last name is Garcia, they somehow think that any attempt to enforce the law is out to harm them. I am tired of trying to unite 44.5 million people that are on food stamps when I see people busting their hump as single moms, sick, waiting tables 2 or 3 different shifts a day to take care of their kids so they can instill pride. I am tired of trying to unite people that scam the system and live off food stamps and welfare and everything else. And we can say that's racist, we can say that's mean, we can say you shouldn't say it, but it's the truth. And I am sick and tired of paying for it, and so is everybody else. The problem is people are afraid to say something, but they are emboldened now. They are emboldened because they understand these occupoopers are willing to stand out in the middle of the street and throw urine and poop on cops or kids or passersby or anybody else. And that's what the left represents in this country. That's what happens when you let liberals run amok. They shoot at the White House. They throw smoke bombs across. They call the Tea Party racist. That's the nonsense that's happened in this country. The only area we ever hear the word hate is on right-wing talk radio. Well, let me tell you something very clearly. You want to hear hate? You can hear hate in the halls of Congress every day. Jesse Jackson, Charlie Rangel, Maxine Waters, that goofball Sheila Jackson Lee. That is hate. Barack Obama seethes with hate because his daddy abandoned him as a child, and he hates anything that is institutional. The things he has done to our soldiers, the lack of respect for claiming that he's the one who went in and killed Osama bin Laden when he wets the bed after a scary movie. How insulting to assume that he's the one running General Motors. You're telling me that's a uniter? Bull. Absolute bull. I almost said something I would regret. No, let me tell you what we need to do in this country. We need to stop trying to unite people that are incapable of being united. We need to take back this country and put it into the hands of the people who know better, people who work for a living. We got too damn many people speaking before Congress and visiting the president who haven't worked in 20 years because they live off the rest of us. We got way too much media coverage of the moaners and complainers, and whiners, dividers, who all they really want's a handout. We got way too much influence by the unions that want to get overpaid for work that people came to the southern states to do for far less because they want to work. Yeah, that's what we need more of. We need more of the people who work for a living and are too decent and honest to get out there and protest in the middle of the street. We need more of that. Guys that load up in a truck every day and mama made them a sandwich and a bag of chips and puts a Coke in there, and they're gone for 14 hours busting their hump because most of what they make goes off to taxes or welfare or food stamps. Those people are not feeling united. They're feeling pissed off. And they feel like nobody in this country cares about them because Mittens doesn't and Barack Obama doesn't, but I do. And I'm willing to speak for those people.